Howdy, this is Karen from Karen Dawn Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to change some various settings on your Ravelry forums. If you are looking at your forums, go over here to where it says Settings. And when you click on that, you will see some options that you can uncheck or check. First of all, these are the Ravelry wide boards. So these are forums that are automatically a part of Ravelry, and you can choose whether or not you want to have these forums listed when you see your list of boards. I like to see all of these Ravelry wide boards, and so all of mine are checked. But if, for example, I don't want to see a board, then I just uncheck the box, and when I return to boards, that one will no longer be listed. If I decide later that I do actually want to see that one, I can come back into this settings and check that again. And I will see all of those on my list of boards. And again, if I look at my boards, I've organized these into tabs, and I have a separate tutorial video that shows you how to organize these. But right here on my Ravelry tab is where I have those particular boards. So you can see them right there. Go back to settings, and that is the selection place. Over here is select your voting buttons. So if we look at a thread, so let's go under here, just look at a random post. Notice that there are these little buttons at the bottom of each post. These are basically the voting buttons. So Ravelry has 6: educational, interesting, funny, agree, disagree, and love. These are anonymous. Whenever you click one, people do not know who is the one who clicked it, but you can tell because it will be bold. So I've just clicked agree, and now it is bold, so that tells me that I clicked this. So if you're scrolling along, and this sometimes happens, and especially if you're on your phone and you accidentally hit the disagree button, you can see, oh my gosh, disagree is bold. I've hit that. Click it again, and it will take the bold off. It will remove your disagree. People are always apologizing, saying, I accidentally hit disagree, I'm sorry. You can go back and click it again, and it will take disagree off. So this is what is meant by the voting buttons. So if we go back to the forums and settings, you can see right here, voting buttons. A lot of times people really get heated about the disagree button, and so sometimes they like to just get rid of it. So if you unselect disagree and then click return to boards, now if we look at that same thread, notice, I'll scroll back up to that top button, notice now the disagree button is missing. This is just for my view. This is not taking it away from anyone else, but my view, I will not see the disagree button. So I could make a post and 83 people could disagree, but I would have no idea because I do not see that button. So if that is something that is important to you, make sure you go into these settings and select that as an option. I do actually want to see disagree because, especially because I'm a forum moderator, so I do need to see those types of things. So I'm clicking disagree back. If I return to the boards, go back to that same thread, now my disagree button is back. So a couple more options for you. Go back to settings. If you are a moderator of any groups, you will have this moderator section. And so that is something that if you're not a moderator, you won't see. But I do want to show you down here to the other settings. So activity feed. This basically is a way, especially if you're in a lot of groups, where you could look at just a really quick look at the latest activity on all of your forums. If that's not important to you, you can uncheck the box. This quick magic links option. There's another video where I show you how to do magic links, and in that I show you what quick magic links looks like. I think that it is nice to be able to have that as an option, so I always leave that checked, but if for some reason you don't want that, you can uncheck it. There's also where it will make link suggestions when you type an @ so and then if you type like a person's Ravelry name or a pattern, it will make a suggestion. It'll pop up just like this picture right here. And then also there is the preview option. So what this means, so preview the first post when you hover over a topic title. Let me show you that in action. Actually, I have over here. Okay, so over here, if I take my mouse and I hover over the title of a thread, it is going to pop up this little preview that I can see the first section of what is written in that thread. So it's not going to show the whole thing, it just shows a little snippet. So for example, this one might be, I'm trying to find one that might have a little extra. Anyway, so it'll show the first part of a thread. If it's a really long one, it won't show all of it. So that is how you can decide, well, you know, receipts, that doesn't really give me a good idea of what this topic could be about. Instead of clicking it, I could just hover over this and see, okay, that's what this person's question is. If I'm interested, then I can click and look at this thread. If I'm not interested, then I can just move down to the next one. So it's kind of a nice quick way of being able to see, do I want to actually open this post? So if you like that, then you can make sure that this is checked here. Sometimes that can get a little annoying. So you might decide that you actually don't like this preview and then uncheck the box, and it will remove that option. Down here is the place where you organize your boards into tabs, and I have another tutorial video that shows that. So check out that video to find out how to use that section. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on Ravelry. I am Karen Dawn. Thanks, and happy knitting!